Here's a close race. This is the second round robin. This is Seattle Yacht Club in green, Newport Harbor in red. Of course, the racing has changed quite a bit in the last half hour. The flood is now in, so the water's flat. The apparent wind's down. It doesn't seem quite as windy now. And it makes the upwind, first upwind leg particularly important because the downwind, there's going to be quite a bit of separation, especially with the boats that head toward the shore, where right now the strong current is pushing really strong right on the shore. It's just an early flood, so the strongest current is in this early portion on the shore. It makes balancing the pairs quite tricky. It's a new element to the team racing that requires quite a bit of skill. So it looks now like Seattle is trying to hang on to that 1-2 that they regained at the top. But the inside boat on Newport Harbor has done a great thing. They've sailed to the stronger flood current, and it looks like they're going to be close to breaking up the 1-2. But at the same time, Seattle's doing a nice job of slowing and balancing their pairs so that they make the 1-2 stay alive for this downwind. Yeah, it doesn't get much closer than this. Looks like this red boat in Newport Harbor's got the real idea here. They're sailing in a really strong flood here, and they may just overtake everyone, or maybe that's my vantage point. Well, now it looks like Newport Harbor's back in it. They've broken up the 1-2. They're in red. And so they have a, looks to me like right now it's very much totally up in the air. Boat 3 for Newport is got the inside. Now boat 4, the green boat, is following boat 1 from Newport. That's Seattle, keeping Newport out. So it looks like they may just go for the 2-3-4 here. Oh, and there's a nice mark trap. Seattle letting in his friend there and converting the 1-2 right at the leeward mark. Well done. They have the short port reach, of course, and they're getting hit with a huge puff down there. That's probably an 18-knot puff on that bottom reach. And looks like they're more comfortable. They actually, it looks like they forgave the 1 and they're going to go for a 2-3-4. Not totally sure why they did that. It looked like it was voluntary. I think they're just more comfortable with that 2-3-4 combination. It's a little easier to manage than a 1-2. And now we got ourselves a really close race. I'm not sure if Seattle in the green has a really solid game plan here on this last beat. Looks like Newport Harbor is going for the 1-2 out there on the left side of the course. Their right side looking upwind. And it actually, just from a strategy point of view here, the green team has both their boats. Although it is flooding, and it's a good strategy in the flood to hit the shore, that's especially not true in the early flood. So we'll see how this works out. The flood may be spread across the course enough now where it doesn't make a difference. But typically when the flood is early, it is a good rule to stay away from the shore because that's where the strong current is. And let's see how it works out. It in fact looks like Newport Harbor has it converted into the 1. They still have the 1. And it's just a question of whether boat 3, which is leading out on the right side of the course looking upwind, is ahead of boat 4, green boat 4. So this is quite a close race. Lots of factors coming into play here. There's wind, there's current, and of course all the team racing moves. Although the wind's been building, it's the apparent wind is not quite as strong as it was about a half hour ago. The wind's probably up to 15, 18, but on the water it doesn't seem like quite as much because the flood is so strong. And wow, this is going to be close. I'm not quite sure what's happening here. It looks like the red team is very close to winning the right side. They've got the left. Boat 2 of red has got the 1. And again, I think, boat 2 is struggling. They've got a duck here. And now on the other side of the course, there may be a chance for a 1-2 for Newport, sailing towards the boat end of the finish. This is about as tight as it gets here. Really, really tough to call this right now. Now it looks like Newport and the red team, looks like they might have a 2, 3, no, they've got a 2. Oh, this is really close. And again, the current's pushing them really strong off the finish line. It's going to take a while for these boats to get through. And also the ley lines are going to be tricky. I don't think many of those boats are going to make that finish line. Newport and red's got the 1. Now it looks like Seattle in green has got a... it's really close to call. It looks like Newport's going to pull it out with a 1-4-5, but it was close.